Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings, learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arise.
My name is Terry. I can fly. It isn't something I tell many people about. It's a secret. I don't remember when I first knew I could fly. I remember I can walk and run. And then one day, I could jump. And then when I jumped a little farther and a little farther. And then one day when I jumped, I just kept going. That first time I just kept going was pretty scary because I didn't know how to stop. I just gradually started slowing down and getting closer to the ground. I tripped when my foot hit the ground and I scraped my knee. But then I did it a few more times and got better at landing. The first person I told was my mom, but not right away. Mom and Dad used to get so upset because I would jump up in a tree in our backyard but be too afraid to jump back down. It just looked too far. So my dad would have to get a ladder and climb up and get me and make me stay in my room until I promised to never do it again. But I did do it again. They never saw how I got up there. They never asked. They just assumed I climbed up, I guess. One day, when I was in my sad spot in my room, that was a corner I sat in when they were mad at me, Mom came in to talk with me. She acted kind of funny, like she didn't know what to say. She was quiet for a moment before she began to talk. She said, "Terry, do you climb up in that tree? Not how do you get up in that tree or why do you go up in that tree?" She just said, "Do you climb?" I didn't think about that until later. Anyway, I said, "No." I was waiting for the next question, but there wasn't one. She just said, "I don't want you climbing up in that tree anymore. It's dangerous. You could fall out and get seriously hurt or die. Do you understand?" I said, "Yes." And that was all. I didn't think about it then because I thought everyone could do it. I mean, I had cousins who would come up to visit and we would race or chase each other around, but they never jumped and kept going. So I didn't either. It was like we never danced when we were running and we never jumped. So another day when I was in my sad spot, Mom came in to talk with me again. She said, "Terry, how do you get up in that tree?" I said, "I just jump and keep going till I get where I want." She didn't ask me what I meant. She never did. She just said, "Don't go up in that tree again. It's not safe. Do you understand?" I said, "Yes, Mom." I didn't understand, and I didn't stop. When us kids started school, we would run around the schoolyard, but they never jumped and kept going. So I didn't either, but one day, my friend Johnny and I were playing with a frisbee, and I got stuck in a tree branch way above our heads where we couldn't reach. So I just jumped up and got it. No one was around or looking, I guess, but Johnny's eyes got really big, and he said, "How did you do that?" I said, "I just jumped." He looked at me for a moment, and then we went back to playing. Another time, Johnny and I were playing on the swing set after school, just the two of us with no one else around. I got tired, so I got off my swing. But Johnny kept swinging, and he was swinging really high, and he suddenly flew right out of his swing. He was thrown straight out at first, but then he started falling. So I jumped up and put my arms around him, and we both landed back on our feet. He looked pretty scared. He tilted his head and looked at me and said, "Terry, can you fly?" I said, "Fly." And he said, Yeah, you just flew up and caught me and brought us both back down safe. How did you do that? I said, I can't fly. I just jumped. Anyone can do that. And he said, no, nobody can do what you just did. You can fly. The next day, Johnny told a couple of the other kids at school I could fly. They just started laughing and teasing him, but then they came over to me and asked me if I could fly. I didn't know what to say. I was confused because I thought everyone could do that. They were making fun of Johnny, and I felt bad for him, but I didn't want them making fun of me. I thought everybody could do that, even though I never actually saw anyone doing it. I just knew I didn't want them making fun of me. So I said, no, I can't fly. And just to make sure they left me alone, I said, Johnny must be crazy. I didn't really mean it. I just wanted those kids to leave me alone. But then they started calling him Crazy Johnny and teasing him all of the time. And I was too scared and ashamed to defend him. And then Johnny got upset. He said it was all my fault. And then we weren't friends anymore. And I didn't jump anymore. At least not when anyone else was looking. And I learned how to climb a tree and get back down, just like the other kids. Mom never asked me again about jumping, and so it just became something I did by myself when I was sure no one else was around. Until junior high. My cousin, Elizabeth, died. We were about the same age. She lived in an apartment building downtown. One night, Lizzie and some friends were playing up on top of that apartment building, and she fell off down 5 stories and died. It was the first time someone I knew well, someone my age, had died. Everyone in our family was heartbroken. Her parents were in shock. I was just kind of numb. We went to the funeral, and the kids that were with Lizzie that night were there, looking sad and sitting alone. Then we went to Lizzie's parents' house to visit and comfort them. Everyone brought some food. It was like a party, only sad. Lizzie's friends were there too, sitting off in a corner by themselves. I asked Mom what was going on, why the kids were like that with the adults whispering. And she said that sometimes adults say mean things. Most of Lizzie's friends that night were older than her. The adults thought the kids were drinking or doing drugs. Mom said that the kids denied that they were just playing around. And then Lizzie said she could fly. Nobody believed her, and so they started teasing her and told her to prove it. They said that Lizzie just said, okay, and then she ran and jumped off the edge of the building and fell straight down to the sidewalk and died. Some of the kids claim that Lizzie did say okay, but when she got to the edge of the building, she stopped to look across and then down. Like she was trying to do calculations or something. And then when some of them tried to run over to stop her, she accidentally got pushed. And then she didn't fly. She just fell. I asked Mom what she thought was the truth, and she said that sometimes there's more than one truth. because there are just some things you can't tell everyone. I said, do you mean secrets? She said, yes. She said, everyone has secrets. Some people live an entire lifetime with secrets. Some people eventually tell a few trusted friends their secret, and some people are so haunted by their secrets that it kills them. I asked Mom if all secrets are bad, and she said that sometimes it's holding on to the secret that causes the most harm. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to find someone you trust completely with your life and share that secret with them. If they love you, they will love you in spite of it or because of it. I said, what if that makes them afraid of you and they leave you because of your secret? And she said that sometimes that's a chance you have to take. And that's the thing about secrets. When told, they lose their power. Untold, they grow, they propagate, they separate, they isolate. I didn't know what she meant then, but I do now. I know that sharing can cause a secret to lose its power. And that's why I'm sharing my secret with you.
Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of the dark black night.